superstition and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles. Stone by day, warriors by night. We were betrayed by the humans we had sworn to protect, frozen in stone by a magic spell for 1,000 years. Now here in Manhattan, the spell is broken, and we live again! We are defenders of the night. We are gargoyles.
Previously on Gargoyles.
Marry me. We're genetically compatible, highly intelligent.
This board hereby grants you an early parole.
And have the same goals.
Take him down! True, but what about love?
I think we love each other, as much as two people such as ourselves are capable of that emotion.
Proposal accepted.
Cyberbiotics has christened it the Fortress 2. As this magnificent vessel prepares to depart on its maiden voyage, this reporter wonders if it will suffer the same fate as the Fortress 1, which, as viewers may recall, crashed into the river last year. Although Halcyon Renard, the reclusive CEO of Cyberbiotics, was not available for comment, his right-hand man, Preston Vogel, has consented to an interview.
Travis, that crash you spoke of was the result of corporate espionage. Espionage that succeeded only because of the previous crew's human error. Cyberbiotics technology has remedied that problem. The Fortress 2 is fully automated and manned only by our newly patented Cybots.
No humans aboard at all?
After tonight's test flight, human scientists will occupy its research labs, of course. But there is no human crew, except for Mr. Renard and myself.
One last question. Is it true that Renard has invested his entire personal fortune into the Fortress 2? And that if it doesn't perform, both he and Cyberbiotics will be wiped out?
That's 2 questions, Mr. Marshall, and the interview is over.
This is Travis Marshall, coming to you live from...
No need to turn it off on my account, darling.
No big deal, David. I know what happens next.
Mr. Renard, the Cybots are ready for launch.
Stay out of their way. We don't want this test compromised for any reason, Mr. Vogel.
Goliath, are you sure this is necessary?
There is no underestimating Xanatos. He was devious enough to trick me into attacking the first airship.
I've explained the strengths and weaknesses of each fortress and given you what I think are the best plans of attack. Only your speed and strength can stand against their defenses.
We will take the air fortress. The disc will be well guarded, no doubt.
If humans wish to throw away their worthless lives guarding it, that's their concern. This way.
Stations 1 and 2 have been breached. We've lost 2/3 of the data.
Wrong. You've lost it all.
What are you?
Mission accomplished.
Who can say what he may have in mind for this one? I'm going to follow along, just to be safe.
I understand. Just be careful out there.
On our tail, sir. We have I don't know what we have.
This is not entirely unexpected. Activate Cybot security.
You need not attack me. I am not your enemy. How do you reason with machines? That stings.
At last I get to see one of Genutech's abominable creations in the flesh. Xanatos and his lab rats must be proud indeed.
I am not a creation. My name is Goliath, and I belong to no one, especially not Xanatos.
No, of course not.
Why am I being held here?
As long as you're my prisoner, I know you can't destroy Fortress 2 for your master.
I told you I serve no master.
Oh, is that so? Last year, when you and your fellow creature destroyed Fortress 1, I suppose that was just a wild night on the town.
It was not my fault. I was duped by Xanatos. He led me to believe that you and Cyberbiotics stole research from his company.
Not my fault. Not my fault. You sound like every human employee I ever fired. Crush them all together and you couldn't squeeze an iota of personal integrity from the lot. No excuses, creature. Learn to take responsibility for your own actions and stop whining.
A gargoyle doesn't whine. He roars!
I am trembling in my chair.
This was my fault, sir. I should have instructed the Cybots to deposit him in our maximum security cell.
Well, it's refreshing to hear someone take responsibility for a mistake. Just see that the situation is corrected.
I'm sorry, sir.
Take your call, Mr. Vogel. I'll be resting in my cabin.
Yes, sir.
You're sure it's safe to talk?
Mr. Renard never intrudes on my privacy. I've always respected him for that.
I assume you've confirmed that the down payment was wired to your Swiss account this afternoon?
Affirmative. The operation will commence tonight as planned, with one minor alteration.
I don't like surprises, Vogel.
This one you won't mind. You might say it fell right out of the sky. The perfect candidate to take the blame.
If only I could make you understand that Xanatos is to blame.
Oh, you're not the first poor soul Xanatos has corrupted. Owen Burnett, Anton Savarius. They were both Cyberbiotics employees, and they are the least of what that viper has stolen from me. I've no doubt he was behind the attack, and no reason to doubt he tricked you into it.
You believe I am not responsible. Yet I remain your prisoner.
Who said you're not responsible? It doesn't matter that you were tricked. You know now that your actions inflicted grievous damage. Do you take responsibility for them or not? Well, what are you going to do?
A better question might be, what are you going to do?
You seem distracted. Having second thoughts?
About that last kick?
About Renard. Ha! If your hostile takeover succeeds, he'll be completely wiped out. He's not a young man.
Oh, he'll manage. He always has. If all goes well, cyberbiotics will be mine by morning. We'll celebrate over breakfast.
Xanatos here. It's your doctor, with test results.
Didn't I mention them? I suppose it slipped my mind.
This is voice override V7R9. You will deactivate for a matrix upgrade. Reactivate. Resume normal function.
What would be the honorable thing to do? Well, I suppose I should just turn you over to the proper authorities.
Look at me, human. I'll spend the rest of my life as a laboratory specimen. Was my crime against you so heinous to make that an equitable punishment?
We're making progress. You finally acknowledge you committed a crime.
No more excuses. I accept full responsibility for my actions. I was wrong.
I'm glad you're gargoyle enough to admit it.
It was not easy.
Integrity is never easy. It's a daily struggle, a costly struggle. If you only knew what it cost me. My Anastasia. My Janine.
My angel of the night.
Well, perhaps you do know after all.
I know I owe you a great debt for the mistake I made a year ago. And a greater debt for the education I received tonight. If the text was not new to me, it was at least worth revisiting.
I appreciate your
Do they do that often?
Never, to my knowledge. Mr. Vogel, something odd is going on with the Cybots here.
Whatever it is, sir, it's happening all over the ship. The Cybots have completely taken over. They've changed our heading, and I can't override them.
Changed our heading? To where?
Out into the bay, sir. They've set us on a direct collision course with the Cyberbiotics tower.
What?
There's only one possible explanation, sir. The creature. He must have brought the virus aboard with him. He let himself be captured so he could destroy your ship.
But how?
I don't know, but we must abandon ship and activate the emergency self-destruct mechanism, or both installations will be destroyed and Cyberbiotics will be history.
If I lose this ship, Cyberbiotics is ruined anyway.
I'm truly sorry, sir. You can place the blame on me if you must, but now we have no choice. At our present velocity, we'll hit the tower in 7 minutes. They could never fully evacuate it in that little time. You have 6 minutes to meet me at the escape pod. After that, I will jettison and use my access code to destroy Fortress 2.
How can this be happening?
What Vogel said about me, you have to know it's not true.
All I know is I'm about to be wiped out.
It doesn't have to be that way. I can break these chains. But only you can get me past the bars. I helped destroy Fortress 1. Let me help you save Fortress 2.
Heaven help us both. I can't override them.
I can.
Time's running out. We've got to reach the command center.
Lead the way.
Foolish old man. Well, if he thinks he can save the ship, He couldn't be more wrong. All Cybots, this is voice override B7R9. Isolate Mr. Renard and gently force him to the escape pod bay. If the creature gets in your way, destroy it!
This is intolerable. We can't fight every Cybot on this ship one at a time. We have to shut them all down simultaneously. You'll find a power source here. If you can destroy it, they'll all go offline at once.
But who will be left to alter the ship's course?
Leave that to me.
Please. I'd rather not have your death on my conscience, but I cannot allow this ship to collide with a tower full of people. You'll never reach the bridge, but turn left and you'll find my escape pod still waiting. You have 2 minutes until impact. 1 minute before I detonate.
Mr. Vogel, I don't want any innocents hurt. If I can't turn this boat around in time, you'll have my permission to destroy it. But you and I built this ship together. If it goes down, I'm going down with it. Outstanding! He did it. Vogel, bless you, you've given me extra time. Oh, no.
So near and yet so far. Eh, Mr. Renard? In all the excitement, it must have slipped your mind. 2 men are required for an emergency course override.
Mr. Vogel, I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Yes, well, you have that effect on people. Now we've got 8.5 seconds to execute a 60-degree turn. Let's proceed.
Very well, Mr. Vogel. I will initiate full throttle on your signal. Yes!
Oh, dear.
It's all right, Goliath. We did it. Collision averted.
And I believe I owe you an apology for accusing you of sabotaging the Cybots. Actually, sir, I have something of a confession to make. A full confession.
Well, it seems Mr. Vogel's betrayal has only provided further proof that the human species is devoid of integrity.
I disagree. If anything, Vogel's sabotage demonstrates the folly of placing all of one's trust in single-minded automatons. Automatons know nothing of betrayal or honor. They know only what they are programmed to know. Only living beings possess the ability to change and make new choices. Ultimately, Vogel chose honor.
I suppose you did at that. You've given me much to consider. But one thing I am sure of, your debt to me has been paid in full. A ship for a ship. We are even.
No. We are friends.
Yes, friends. Hello, Janine.
Hello, Daddy. Almost got you that time, didn't I?
Yes, but why? I built this company for you. I'd have given it to you already if you hadn't married that villain Sanatos. I'd probably still give it to you if you'd just stand up and ask me for it honestly.
Oh, Daddy, you and your integrity. Asking for it wouldn't be any fun at all.
And fun is still more important to you than honor. I can't understand that.
Well, maybe you'll have better luck relating to the next generation.
What? What are you saying?
That's right, Daddy. You're going to be a grandfather.